The dinghy is lifted. There's a set of winches that are on arms. So these will drop down, connect to a bridle on the dinghy. There's one on both sides. And then these arms are made out of carbon fiber. They extend out past the transoms of the boat and allow the dinghy to be dropped down into the water easily, all controlled by a wireless remote. And these davits retract in and the line comes up that launches the dinghy and retracts into the boat. You can roll that back in. Becomes flush with the coach roof at the back of the boat. The Williams jet dinghy on Obsession is in very good condition. The Yanmar engine that's diesel powered on this has just been serviced, so it's up to date. And the way this works is instead of having an outboard and an exposed propeller that has to get trimmed up and down, you have an internal jet bucket here. So it picks up water from the bottom of the boat and then pushes it out through this jet. So this jet is what's used to steer the boat and then can also drop down to make it also go in reverse or also to propel the dinghy forward. And it gives it a nice clean look without having an outboard on the back of it. And then also viewable from the helm position on the chart plotter is a video camera. This aims towards the transom of the boat when backing into a slip so it can be viewed remotely. And there's one on both sides of the boat where the screen at the helm can be split up so it can be viewed. There's also video cameras in the engine compartments. So when the boat's being operated, the captain can also see what's going on in the engine compartment as well without having to come down and remotely check it. This is a remote passer rail for boarding the boat if you're docked stern to. It fully retracts inside the boat. The controls for that are located here. And when all the way extended, there's a stanchion that comes up here, and then that handrail gets tight. And when you come in from a swim, there's an overhead shower, rain shower. The controls for that are located here, and you got dispensers for soap and shampoo on the aft deck. Have a look in the port side engine compartment. This is the second Onan generator. There's another one on the starboard side, and this is the second sea recovery water maker. There's another one on the port side. Once again, the engine's about 1,000-hour service, same on the generator. So all of the recommended engine servicing intervals are up to date. These are remote controls for the throttle and shift lever, engine fuel filter, generator fuel filter, AlgaeX fuel treatment system for the fuel. So in Obsession, there's a day tank set up. So here we can pump fuel into the day tank and have that treated, and the same thing for the generator. So we have the ability to monitor the fuel quality on the boat as it comes in, and then it gets distributed to the rest of the boat. That way, if there's ever a contaminant in one of the fuel tanks, it can be isolated and treated here. Behind me is a Bauer dive compressor. There's a fill for this up on the deck, and you can see the hose going up for the fresh air for this to get pumped in to fill scuba tanks. This is the starboard side engine compartment. There's one Onan here on the starboard side. There's another one just like it on the port side. This is something very clever. The original owner of the boat had a fueling station built into it. So this pumps diesel fuel from the boat's main tank into the dinghy, which is a Williams diesel jet. So it's a perfectly matched setup for Obsession. We have the water maker here, sea recovery system, all in fully operational shape. The engines have all had their 1,000-hour service on them, turbochargers redone, coolers redone, and they've been detailed and painted and shown great shape. This is the Avanex controller for the electric engine controls. So that's throttles and shift levers. So there's a station on the flybridge helm, one down below at the nav station, and also this yacht has a yacht controller on it, which is a wireless controlling device that operates the bow thrusters, engines, and anchor windlass wirelessly throughout the boat. And the control units are down here for that. We also have an Algae X fuel treatment system. This one is for the filters for the generator. You got the Algae X controls there. We also have a fire suppression system here in the back. That's all been certified and is automatically actuated or manually in the event of a fire. And in the floor in the galley, we have a transformer allowing any type of voltage to come into the boat, whether it's European or US, conditions that power so it's usable throughout the boat. And that compartment is also air conditioned, so when it's in use, it also keeps the heat down in that area. There's a new air conditioning unit to keep that compartment cool, and I'll show it to you now. This is a new air conditioning unit. This keeps this space cool. There's a power converter system here. There's 2 units as a part of that to generate a little bit of heat. This keeps it cool in this area, and this allows the boat to accept any kind of shore power into the boat, whether it's 50 hertz, 60 hertz, 220, 480, 110. It will take that power into the boat, convert it, make it usable for the systems on board. This is the AC power converter for the boat. It's operating at its normal capacity with US power, but this is about a $100,000 piece of equipment, plus all the wiring that goes along with it. The owner had this done so that the boat could operate anywhere in the world on any type of shore power safely.